I do have fun with this. I'll share with you another translation, mathematical translation of consciousness as it relates to fire letters, 144 elementals, and placeholders. You know, the inside dimension, diameter, and the outside diameter. Because when you have three placeholders on a horizontal line and you put 1, 4, 4, there's a 1, there's a 4, and there's another 4. Okay, so if you add them, you have 9. Yeah. Okay, so you have the measurement, if you will, between the 1 and then the 4 and the 4. Okay, so measure that across the horizon, the horizontal line. Well, there's also something vertical, right? So you have the bottom of the 1 and then the top of the 1. So you can measure the distance. 0 degrees of separation, right? I'm always at home. The center point of a cell, the center point of a star. So you have the inner shell, the inner diamond, the interdore, and the outer shell, the atom. The atoms that are spinning, right? And so when I was a child growing up, I was introduced to what? A rectangle on the horizontal line, right? And I'm standing vertical with a pool cue. I used to go to this pool hall. My mother didn't really like me to go there, as you can probably imagine. But I was going there as a child to do what? Play mathematics. And so I was introduced to a flat slate. Oh, like in blank slate. Yeah, this was a Brunswick table that was perfectly balanced on the horizontal. And then you have the vertical stabilizer, right? 4. Like when your windshield wipers going back and forth between one and the other side, so you can see out your mirror. So I was introduced to a rectangle game called pool. And so when you see the rectangle on the blank slate technology, you see the rectangle. And what else do you see? 6 pockets. 3 on one side, right? And 3 on the inner side. So you have a rectangle. 3 on one side, and then 3 on the inside, or what we call the inside, closest to you, and then on the outside, which is the other side. So now we're into geometry, and you have what's called a rack. A rack where you put all the balls. Now, in this particular case, there was a game that I really enjoyed playing a lot compared to just what is known as straight pool or billiards. And it was called 9-ball. So we used a different rack, which is in the geometric shape of what? A diamond. And it was called a 9-ball diamond, a 9-ball game. 9 balls. You're going to start with 9 balls and put them in 6 pockets. You've got 6 pockets to choose from. Now you're into banking. Now you're into angles. Now you're into force. And spinning the ball. Spinning the cue ball, which is white, right? The white ball. Knocking balls around. Just like bowling, going after the 9-pin. The personal identity number. The core encryption code. Oh, number 9. Yep. And how that relates to the I Ching. One of the oldest, they call it sacred, a sacred Chinese manuscript called I Ching. Otherwise known as the Book of Changes. Changes over time. Time-space vectors. Changes that take place. Between what? Magnets. Spinning. Spinning holographic spin codes. The tones that we experience in us that we share with others. What does it feel like to play number 9, be number 9, be number 1, being 1, being equal unto all the other spheres that are communicating through geometric lines of communication between the center point of the first star, the first spirit, the first spin, the first axis. Yeah, the actual spin rotation. Perfect balance. Perfect balance. perfect balance, the breathing tempo of the eternal flame of Adama Amareya.